Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Allied Health Professions Council podcast series. And if you joined our previous episode, we explored computer-based licensing exams and why it matters and all you need to do to prepare and sit for that online exam. We're telling you all about what to expect during the exam day and even where to find your center as you take your exams in October. So with me is Dr. Isahaku. He's the acting registrar of the Allied Health Professions Council, as well as Mr. Kweku Brobe, and he's the communications manager for the Allied Health Professions Council. And they have joined me today to take us through the guidelines and any updates whatsoever. So, Mr. Kweku Brobe, when it comes to the exam centers, how can someone, a candidate or student, locate the exam center? And then normally, what is the atmosphere there? Because this is the first time maybe some people may be taking an online exams.
Hello, all candidates and other participants, stakeholders who are listening to us in this podcast session. So, how do you locate your examination center? We have indicated that the council is presenting 5 centers in the traditional 5 regions where examinations have been held. That is in Accra, that's the Greater Accra region, in the Volta region, Ho, in the Bono region, that's Sunyani, and then we're looking at Ashanti region, Kumasi, yes, and the northern region, Tamale. And we have indicated that we are looking at adding on 2 more regions. So we're looking at the central region where we have Cape Coast and Nalerugu, again in the northeast, yes. So these are the regions that we are looking at, and we will indicate, the centers. So for Greater Accra, for example, we will be giving out information as to what center students will be going to. It is important that once you locate the center, or once you are given an idea where the center is going to be, do a prior search of where the center is. For example, if you have Legon, the University of Ghana Legon as your center, try as much as possible to locate where the computer center at Legon is, where you'll be writing it. Do this some days before the actual day of the examination. It is important that you are not stressed in the morning when you have to go in and write the examination. And we expect that all other centers, once the information comes out and you get to know that this is the place I'm writing my examination, go ahead of time, find out where your center is, and then so that in the morning when you have to go in and write the examination, you don't have to go running around looking for the center. And we are going to give out information, again, on our website, on the various social media handles, and we're also going to have them on various WhatsApp platforms where these centers are going to be. And we expect that candidates look out for these centers, visit them, acclimatize yourself with the environment, and then prepare yourself for the day of the examination.
Okay, and then to Dr. Isahaku, what should I bring on the day of the exams? Are there any materials aside the ID cards?
Yes, thank you so much. So it's important for students to realize that this is a supervised exams where you have to come in with only accepted materials. You cannot come in with foreign material. Just like what they did when they were in school or during the WASI exams, what the requirements are. You can only come in with your pen, and those who write exam that require calculations, you come in with a calculator. But that type of calculator you will bring will be our usual 991 calculator, not a programmable calculator. Calculator contains very complex information, will not be allowed. Yeah, like in WASI, you cannot come in with complex calculators. Simple calculator that will allow you to do your calculations. If you have people who are asking whether they can come with a paper, no, don't come with any paper. Unfortunately, if you are found with any foreign material in the exam hall, that will be the end of your exams. You will not be allowed to write the exams. So avoid putting yourself in a situation that will require that we sack you from the exam hall. Don't hide anything. There will be full of cameras. There will be a lot of people walking around inspecting things. Don't try to hide things that you will be found out and then you will be sacked from the exam hall. Sure. Come in with your pen, possibly a pencil in addition, and then in case you want to use calculator, come in with your calculator. Don't come in with foreign material outside these three things that we need to have.
Okay, and you know, when it comes to using computers, well, there's a likelihood of maybe a technical problem occurring. Have provisions been made for that? Should there be a challenge?
Yes, so fortunately, because the computer-based exams, we have made provision for that. So at least we'll have some reserve computers, such a way that if for any reason yours is not working, we should be able to replace it for you. And if for any reason you have challenges with something that requires some attention, the technical team will be available. We'll have our technical people all around to provide you with the technical services. Fortunately, people may say that I cannot own a computer, I cannot do ABC. Those things have been taken care of. The year like you coming in and people, you are given a paper to write your exams. If you come in, the computer will be set for you. Everything will be on. All what you need to do. One, you need to have your login information. And those login information should be information that you will come with it to the exam center. We don't expect you to write on a certain paper and say, these are your logbook information on the paper. These are simple login information that you can keep on your mind, then come in and use it to log in. And then when you log into the system, you will select the program that you want to go and sit in for. If you are a medical physicist, you go and select medical physicist. Don't go and select any other program. Then you start with an instruction. Fortunately, the plan has been put in place such a way that when we are all seated, a 2-3 minute video will play for us to see.
Oh, okay.
For you to see that this is what we expect. And then you are asked to start. When you start, there will not be opportunity for you to be asking people to borrow you pen, borrow me pencil, borrow me eraser, borrow me calculator. That will not be allowed. Prepare yourself, come in, and you are given the opportunity to answer the question. It will be a very simple, like what Mr. Proby said, very simple process, and then you should be able to answer all the questions you want to answer.
Sure, thank you very much. And to Mr. Brobe, you know, time management is very essential during exams. So how do we manage our time? You know, Doctor spoke about how you can flag questions, move on to the next and all that.
Yes, and I think that's a very important aspect of examination. In fact, managing your time efficiently is also part of the examination process. So a candidate coming in should have an idea how you are going to manage the time that you have for the examination. Ideally, you have about 2 hours to answer 100 questions. So it is up to you to plan it out. Plan out, for this section, how many minutes am I using for any section that we have in the various examinations. And again, as has already been said, if you've read a question, you are not very clear with the question, do not waste time on that question. Flag it, move to the next question. Go through the entire set of questions as quickly as you can, quickly but efficiently. Try answer all your questions. And for those that you have flagged, you can then come back when you have some more time, go through them, spend a bit more time on them, think through them, and see if you're able to get a full understanding of the question, answer them if you are able to. An examination does not require that you answer every question, correctly, but do your best. Do as much as you can. And that's the essence of it. Manage the time, as much as you can. Come back to the questions. And when you are done with all the questions, if you have managed your time effectively, you realize that you also do have a bit more time. Do not be in a hurry to get up and go. Go over the questions that you have, answered. Again, once you have not submitted the questions, your answers, you still have the opportunity to go over them again. So take all your time, go over your questions, and be absolutely sure that you have answered them the way you want to answer them before you submit. Once you hit the submit button, you are not able to get back to review the questions again. So all candidates should be they should be aware of this. Do not hit the submit button when you still, have not fully convinced yourself that you have answered all the questions.
Sure. And how soon can we expect our results?
Well, again, I think Doc has indicated that as soon as you've submitted your questions, your answers, the results are you're going to be able to access your results and see that, this is what I have. But again, it will be up to the council. In fact, because we have logbooks, coming in, which take about 30% of your examination. So yes, we will collate everything and add up the marks from your logbooks per student. And so in a very short time, unlike, previously when students will have to wait sometimes for months before you get to see what your performance has been in the examination. This time around, it's going to take a very short time. As soon as your marks for the logbooks are added to it, students have are able to see their marks. And we, as we always say, we wish all students the best in this examination.
Sure. And Doc, for those with special needs, what provisions are you making for them, the visually impaired?
Yes, so fortunately, because the system is a computer-based arrangement, we have put in place structures that will assist those who need assistance. To be able to go through the process, we will have a special assistance within the hall, the exam hall, that those who require that assistance to be provided for them. I must add that for some time now, we've not had students with such a difficult situation, but in case they appear, we should be able to assist them to fulfill their obligation. I must also add that one of the reasons why we are doing this is to eliminate the human element. And just like what the director said, when human beings are involved, I think it takes a very longer period to get the issues addressed. But for this case, because very little involvement of human beings, immediately you say full stop, and then we'll process the results. We will have to take the results to the board. The Allied Council has a board that will look at whatever has been presented. Because, in fact, the pass mark for you to pass is 60%. This 60% have two components. We have the logbook component and we have the exam component. We have to put the two together. Then we present all the results to the board. The board will look at the results. There's a committee under the board that will go through, satisfy themselves with whatever has happened, and then we'll advise the board whether to accept the views of what students have put together. Then immediately we get this done, the next few days, students will be allowed to see whether they have passed or they have not been able to.
So in training the students to take these online exams, what about the IT staff, the security, the invigilators? Are they also wary of this? Like, are they also aware? Have you trained them to adequately handle incidences?
Yes. So fortunately, we are working with a team from KNUST that has a very huge experience in handling this. Over the years, I think they have assisted several other groups in conducting these exams for computer-based exams for various professional bodies. So they have that experience and they have that knowledge to be able to assist us. And we believe that we've seen evidence that they have been conducting these exams with huge numbers.
Yes.
Than this. We have a total of close to 10,000 that will be sitting for this. They have been handling people with about 60, 70,000. So there's no cost alarm for at all.
Okay. And still on the exam, students being present during the exams period, what mistakes do you normally find many of them doing?
Yeah, so mostly in an attempt to cheat, people will bring in foreign materials into the exam hall and try to figure out the way to do it. We can assure them that this time around, please, they should avoid that. But you will be caught. There are cameras all over. You cannot blink your eye with you being noticed. You'll be noticed by all means. So the first important one, which I think I have to bring to attention, is that they should avoid bringing in foreign materials. Let me inform our candidate that last year, some few people attempted it. As I said, they have lost the opportunity to sit for the exam for 2 years. What it means is that if you are caught in the exam hall cheating, you lose the opportunity to become a professional for 2 years. So it's a very serious issue. They should not venture bringing in foreign materials into the exam hall. Prepare, the questions will be very easy, very up to date. It's practicals, it's purely practicals. So whatever you learn during your internship period is what you are going to be asked to provide. If for any reason you've not been able to do it, you have the opportunity to do it in March. So don't attempt to by all means I must pass. And in trying to be by all means I must pass, they go around doing funny things. The second point is that because it is a professional exams, we are going to be involved in providing professional services. Internationally, Allied Health Council certificates are respected. In fact, if you hold our license, you can go to UK and practice without being examined for anything. You can go to US. Without other places, they have to examine you. For our case, because the trust they have in us, they don't examine you. You are allowed to practice in UK without certificate. In China, you can practice.
Oh, that's good news.
So we don't want to compromise this quality and want to make it much more stronger. In fact, just a few weeks back, a team came from UK to my office. They wanted to come and thank us for providing them with so much quality health professionals over the years. And I was very happy when they came. And I promised them that the quality will be much more higher as we go along the line. So this is a test case that we are going to provide the opportunity for students to showcase what they have. They shouldn't just worry, should relax, just like paper exams. You can navigate your way through without any difficulty. Try to avoid cheating. If you are caught, you will be punished.
Well, thank you very much, Doc. We move on to some questions from our audience, and this one is asking how the allocation is going to be, as in how is he to know if he's to write on 24th or 25th? So is he or she at liberty to take the exam on any day?
No, so as we said initially, so what you do, you register, you are going to write the exams. The days and where you select where you want to write it. But the day on which you will be writing will be communicated to you.
Okay.
As I said, until you finish the registration ends, within 2 weeks, we'll communicate back to you that yes, you are through. This is where you say you are going to write the exams. And this, you are writing the exams on this day, so that you'll be aware from day one. Yeah, like what the director said, until you receive this information, the most important thing is to locate your center. Okay. For these days that we have Google, can they go into, get the location, but don't go and guess. Go and get the proper location where you are to write the exams. Visit the center and be sure this I know here. I can locate it anytime, any day. And then you know how to get there. And those who live in Accra and Kumasi, there's huge traffic. To avoid that, come early. Prepare yourself, come early, and then sit down. Get the tutorial, the 2-3 minute tutorial I mentioned earlier, and then off you go. We start, and then within a few 2 hours, you are done, and off you go.
Sure. And someone is saying that he's forgotten his password he used, and he's trying to reset it, but the site keeps rejecting it.
It means that those who you want to register, you forgot what you have used to initially. So these are challenges I mentioned. So what you do is that get in touch with us, our IT group team at the council will assist you to do the setting, and then you should be able to proceed. The closing date is 30th of this month. So you must do this before 30th of this month.
And someone is asking that he mistakenly registered for the supplementary exam instead of the main exams, and what should he do because he's already made payments?
So in this case too, he needs to get in touch with us, because you have to select an exams. If you select the wrong one, even though you may be registered, but the exam if you are registered for is wrong. So kind of get in touch with the council as soon as possible for this to be corrected for you.
Okay. And there's another saying, I'm done with my registration and successfully made payments, but I still see registration not completed by applicants at the print bill option. I want to know why, because I pay with Momo Wallet.
Did she receive information that it is gone through? If yes, fine. If it's not true, there's something basically is not right. Yeah. What she can do or he can do is to call us or send us a mail, and then based on all this information on our website, based on this, then we can follow up and see what can be done to correct the situation.
Okay, sure. So I hope you have your question answered. Now, the top-up students who just completed this year, are they eligible to write?
Those who have
the top-up students who
yes, they are not doing internships. So if they've done and they have all the needed document to enable them to register, they can go ahead. But most of them, because they just finished, they may not have the needed documents to be able to write the exams. The university won't have finished, and because they don't do internship, they will not have the support document to help them. But if they do, they can let us know. Approval will be given for them to write.
And someone is asking, I think it has been answered, about the schools who don't have logbooks.
The logbook you are referring to is not coming from your school.
The schools don't issue logbooks.
The logbook comes from us. So you should be getting the logbook from us, which was shared to them during the induction ceremony. So if you don't have it, then there's a likelihood that you didn't pass through the needed processes to get it. Yes.
Okay, sure. So we're almost coming to the end of this podcast session, but to Mr. Brobe, for any official or reliable information, where should we visit? Where should we go to?
Again, yes, so it's important that you reach out to us via email on support@ahpc.gov.gh, support@ahpc.gov.gh, and then you may also contact us via phone on these numbers. I'll read them out: 030-2690-735, and I repeat the number again: 030-2690-735. These, I mean, if you call on us on this number, our support services, the public relations, will take up your calls and help to answer every question that you may have. So whilst at this, let me also take the opportunity to again emphasize that candidates should, as much as possible, get in 30 minutes before time, get seated 30 minutes before time. In fact, one of the mistakes to avoid is coming in late. You get in late, you put a lot of stress on yourself, and you probably won't be able to write the examination as you would love to. So get in 30 minutes before time, settle down, and prepare yourself for the examination. Again, we would, I think Dr. Shirazo indicated that do not, engage anyone within the room. Once you are in there, it is you and your screen, just you and your screen. And as again, has already been intimated, we have provided accessories that will make it easy for you to get through the examination. You don't need to ask, your fellow candidate for anything, any form of support. If it becomes essentially important that you need some support, There are invigilators in the room. Lift up your hand quietly. An invigilator will spot you, will come to you, and then you can relay your issues, whatever issues you have, to the invigilator. And then for those, candidates who have paid their monies via Momo, and you haven't been able to, you're having some information indicating that, your registration is not complete. It's important that you log in and then check the payment history. You check the payment history to ensure that your money has reflected in, the money you paid has reflected in the payment history. If you do not see that it is successful, then you might have to go through the process again without paying this time around. You log in and then submit again, but you wouldn't have to make another payment on that. But again, as has been indicated, if you're still having challenges with this, please get in touch with the council. Our IT support unit is always on hand to help candidates through these processes. So I think that essentially should
Sure.
be.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bobe. And Doc, what advice do you have for us to calm our nerves during this exam?
Yes, I just want to assure our candidates that the exams is the usual exam they write. The only difference this time around is that they will not be writing on paper, but they have to have much more confidence in the process. It will be much more easier than they thought. The processes are very simple. It doesn't require any special computer skill. You don't need to have some high-tech skill to be able to come and sit for exams. Just like you having your pen on your paper to write, same thing having your hand to click and be able to type a name and your number. What I also want to let our candidates know is that the exams is such a way that you have to have your own destiny into your own hands. You have to do all the needed advice, not to panic, not to get yourself entangled with things that will let you be punished, not to involve in any corrupt acts that will cost you your certificates. If you don't do this and you obey the simple instructions, trust me, you will realize that this is the best way to go.
Sure, sure. Mr. Bobe, is there anything else to add?
Well, I think Doc has said essentially everything, but again, it's important to reiterate, if you are not very conversant, for candidates who are not very conversant with the use of computers, you know that you have, a computer-based examination ahead of you. You can get online, try your hands at some of these, practical computer-based examinations online. Familiarize yourself with the process and just see, how do I click without, all the anxiety and all. Practice it, get some practice going. It all helps in, calming you down for the examination ahead of you. So anything that you can do, but again, as I've said, get in early, get seated, relax yourself for the examination. That's the best way of, writing a stress-free examination.
Sure. Thank you very much, my two gentlemen. So you had Mr. Kweku Brobe, who's the communications manager for the Allied Health Professions Council, and Dr. Issa Haku, who's the acting registrar of AHPC. And they have been with us on these two episodes, sharing guidelines and everything we need to know as we prepare for the computer-based licensure exams. And to you, our viewers, all I'll tell you as you prepare in October is to stay calm and familiarize yourself by what Mr. Brobe said. There are things on the internet that you can continue practicing so that you would brace yourself and not really be in a fix should you be at the exams hall. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and all the best in your exams. My name is Mona Frimpong. Have a good day.